He's talking about everybody being greedy. He's making $900,000 a year. Hey guys, I'm going to talk about this strike on the piers, the longshoremen strike. And the president of the union, the guy who runs the union. And I watched this little video of him. And I have to make a comment. You know, it strikes me every time we take the mafia out of running something in this country. And people go to jail and we take it away from people and do all of this. And we give it over to so-called legitimate people and everybody's happy. This is the guy who they took the mafia away and this guy in. So I'll play it. Ready?
These people today don't know what a strike is.
Right.
When my men hit the streets, from Maine to Texas, every single port will lock down. You know what's gonna happen? I'll tell you. First week, be all over the news every night, boom, boom. Second week, guys who sell cars can't sell cars because the cars ain't coming in off the ships. They get laid off. Third week, malls start closing down. They can't get the goods from China. They can't sell clothes. They can't do this. Everything in the United States comes on a ship. They go out of business. Construction workers get laid off because the materials aren't coming in. The steel's not coming in. The lumber's not coming in. They lose their job. Everybody's hating the longshoremen now because now they realize how important our jobs are. Now I have the president screaming at me, I'm putting a Taft-Hartley on you. Go ahead. Taft-Hartley means I have to go back to work for 90 days. That's a cooling off period. Do you think when I go back for 90 days, those men are going to go to work on that pier? It's going to cost the companies money to pay their salaries. Well, they went from 30 moves an hour maybe to 8. They're going to be like this. Who's going to win here in the long run? You're better off sitting down and let's get a contract and let's move on with this world. And in today's world, I'll cripple you. I will cripple you, and you have no idea what that means. Nobody does.
This is the so-called legitimate guy that we put in. I'm going to give you a couple of examples of this. First, I'm going to talk about him. He's telling you that he's going to shut the whole country down. People will get laid off, construction workers, no food left, no cars to come in, no parts to come in. It's a legitimate guy, supposedly. I want to add another thing. I heard another video about him that he's paid $900,000 a year is his salary, this piece of shit. And he'll hurt the entire country. Now, while we're all doing bad, it's hard to live for tons of people. He's willing to close down the whole country, make the whole country suffer. So let me give you a little story. I walked in to Paul Castellano's house one day. They were sitting around and there was a garbage strike. And I sat in a chair. Castellano was steaming. And he said, look at this. There's garbage piled up because of this strike in front of hospitals, old age homes, schools. Get Jimmy Brown the over here. It was the captain, Jimmy Brown, and he ran the garbage industry, and he was behind the strike. And I sat there. We watched the video. I didn't say a word. Jimmy Brown came in with Tommy Bellotti, and he said, Jimmy, what the f*** are we, animals? For money? We're going to cause a strike. There's garbage in front of hospitals, schools, old age homes. Pick that garbage up. We'll win. Maybe we won't win as much, but this is hurting the whole community. I couldn't believe I heard that from Paul Castellano. Jimmy was, all right, Paul, all right. That's the mob. That's the mob they took away from running the unions, the Longshoremen's Union. This is the so-called good guy they put in to replace us. We don't have a Sammy the Bull or a John Gotti or a Paul Castellano running these unions. No, they're happy to run a union and to hurt the country like he's talking about, bragging about it. Now, there is a law, Taft-Hartley law. I know about it because I ran unions. And they give you a 90-day, you got to go back to work, 90-day cool-off period. When he goes back with his people, and he'll tell them, we're going to get paid, sit here for 90 days and do nothing, play cards, smoke a joint, do whatever you want. So we'll the government, aside from the whole country. I saw this here, I just can't even believe it. If the mafia was in control, this guy would not be the head of the union, and he wouldn't be doing that. I don't even know how the government allows this guy to get on public television, not only threaten to do it, he's done it. There's a strike across the whole eastern seaboard, from Texas all the way up to Maine. Some programs, you better go buy food, you better go this. I gotta go buy my food, I'll go right to his house. I'll drag him out of his house in front of his wife and kids. Where does he get the audacity to do something like that, to say something like that publicly, and he could get away with it?